I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. We continue with Nehemiah. We had them making their covenant to follow the law of God, and then a division of the people, 1/10 of the people staying in Jerusalem to build up and maintain the city and the temple, and everybody else being divided among all the other towns, villages, and cities among Judah and Benjamin. We pick this up in chapter 12. Priests and Levites named who came up from Babylon. Walls of Jerusalem are dedicated. Offices of priests and Levites appointed in the temple. Now these are the priests and the Levites that went up with Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua, Sariah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Malach, Hattush, Shechaniah, Raham, Meremoth, Iddo, Ginnatho, Abijah, Maiamim, Maadiah, Bilgah, Shemaiah, and Joyarib, Jediah, Salu, Amok, Hilkiah, Jediah. These were the chief of the priests and of their children in the days of Jeshua. Moreover, the Levites, Jeshua, Benui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, which was over the thanksgiving, he and his brethren. Also Bakbukiah and Unai, their brethren, were over all against them in the watches. And Jeshua begat Joachim. Joachim also begat Eliashib, and Eliashib begat Joiada. And Joiada begat Jonathan, and Jonathan begat Jaddua. And in the days of Joachim were priests, the chief of the fathers, of Sariah, Meriah, of Jeremiah, Hananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, Jehohanan, of Melichu, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Harim, Adnah, of Marioth, Helkai, of Iddo, Zechariah, of Ginnathon, Meshullam, of Abijah, Zikri, of Moadiah, Piltai, of Bilgah, Shemua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, and of Joyarib, Metaniah, of Jediah, Uzai, of Salai, Kalai, of Amok, Eber, of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, of Jediah, Nathaniel. They really like twisting the tongues with these names. So we have first the priests are listed. And it says these are the ones that came with Zerubbabel. We have Ezra there. We don't know if it's the same Ezra. But then we have the Levites listed. We have the descendants of Jeshua. But then it says in the days of Joachim were priests. And each of these pairs of names is the father and son. So of this priest was born this priest. And of this priest was born this priest. It's very weird. I don't really know what it's talking about. So we're going to continue. Verse 22. The Levites in the days of Eliashib, Joiada, and Johanan, and Jaddua were recorded chief of the fathers, also the priests, to the reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, the chief of the fathers, were written in the book of the Chronicles, even until the days of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. And the chief of the Levites, Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua the son of Kadmiel, with their brethren, over against them, to praise and to give thanks according to the commandment of David the man of God, ward over against ward. Mattaniah and Bakbukiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, Achab, were porters keeping the ward at the thresholds of the gates. These were the days of Jehoiakim. These were the days of Joachim the son of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and in the days of Nehemiah the governor, and of Ezra the priest the scribe. So what we seem to have here is first a list of those who were with Zerubbabel in the days of Darius, and then a list of the next generation, those who were born to the people in the days of Darius. Because remember, Artaxerxes is the king after Darius. Ezra comes in the next generation. Verse 27. And at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought the Levites out of all their places to bring them to Jerusalem, to keep the dedication with gladness, both with thanksgivings and with singing, with cymbals, psalteries, and with harps. And the sons of the singers gathered themselves together, both out of the plain country round about Jerusalem, and from the villages of Netophathi, also from the house of Gilgal, and out of the fields of Geba and Admaveth, for the singers had builded them villages round about Jerusalem. And the priests and the Levites purified themselves, and purified the people, and the gates and the wall. Then I brought up the princes of Judah upon the wall, and appointed 2 great companies of them that gave thanks, whereof one went on the right hand upon the wall toward the dung gate, and after them went Hoshea, and half of the princes of Judah, and Azariah, Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah and Benjamin, and Shemaiah and Jeremiah, and certain of the priests' sons with trumpets, namely Zechariah the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, the son of Zachir, the son of Asaph, and his brethren Shemaiah, and Azareel, Melalai, Gilalai, Mai, Nathaniel, and Judah, Hanani, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God, and Ezra the scribe before them. And at the fountain gate which was over against them, they went up by the stairs of the city of David, at the going up of the wall above the house of David, even unto the water gate eastward. And the other company of them that gave thanks went over against them, and I after them. And the half of the people upon the wall from beyond the tower of the furnaces, even unto the broad wall, and from above the gate of Ephraim, and above the old gate, and above the fish gate, and the tower of Hananiel, and the tower of Meah, even unto the sheep gate, and they stood still in the prison gate. So stood the 2 companies of them that gave thanks in the house of God, and I, and the half of the rulers with me. And the priests, Eliakim, Maaseiah, Miniamin, Micaiah, Elioenai, Zechariah, and Hananiah with trumpets, and Maaseiah, and Shemaiah, and Eleazar, and Uzai, and Johanan, and Malchijah, and Elam, and Ezer, and the singers sang loud with Jezreiah, their overseer. Also that day they offered great sacrifices, and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The wives also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard even afar off. This sounds a little confusing, but from what I gather, and I could be wrong here quite honestly, they brought all the princes and all the people and everybody, they brought the Levites into the town, into the Jerusalem, and they purify the gates, they purify the walls, they sanctify them. And this would be done according to the law of Moses. But then as a celebration, they all get up on the wall and they get the 2 companies. One company goes out this way and one company spreads out this way, so they're all along the walls, and they sing and rejoice and celebrate, and they're all up on the walls celebrating. It sounds very odd. We got a lot of weird names again, but that's what I think is going on. This is how they're celebrating. They're standing on the wall to celebrate. But let us finish this out. Verse 44. And at that time were some appointed over the chambers of the treasures for the offerings, for the firstfruits, and for the tithes, to gather into them out of the fields of the cities the portions of the law for the priests and Levites. For Judah rejoiced for the priests and for the Levites that waited. And both the singers and the porters kept the ward of their God and the ward of the purification, according to the commandment of David and of Solomon his son. For in the days of David and Asaph of old, there were chief of the singers, and songs of praise and thanksgiving unto God. And all Israel in the days of Zerubbabel and in the days of Nehemiah gave the portions of the singers and the porters every day his portion, and they sanctified holy things unto the Levites, and the Levites sanctified them unto the children of Aaron. So they're setting everything up according to the order that David set up. For the singers, for the rotation of priests, all that stuff was set up by David. Not according to the law of Moses. That wasn't part of the law of Moses. That was set up by David. And so they're setting up everything. They're following the law of Moses, and then they're organizing the priests and the Levites as David did. We have 1 chapter left in Nehemiah, so I will see you there. And after that, I believe we turn to Malachi to finish out the Old Testament. So I'll see you there.